The CALLA Method. The CALLA Method stands for the Cognitive Academic Language Learning Approach. To develop this method, researchers interviewed students who were successfully learning a second language. Students were found to be more successful when they were aware of the strategies they were using to learn the new language. Successful language learners can rely on background knowledge, focus on metacognitive strategies, and can use multiple strategies. They can also view comprehension holistically and use complex strategies as well as focus on meaning. Successful language learners must be able to rely on background knowledge, focus on metacognitive strategies. They can also use multiple strategies at the same time. They view comprehension holistically. They are able to use complex strategies and apply it to fit a task. They also focus on meaning. The CALLA Method believes students can learn more effectively when they are mentally active and engaged. They believe all students can learn new strategies. Students can use the learning strategies to increase achievement on academic and cognitive tasks. Students can apply these new learning strategies to new tasks and content. A CALLA lesson plan has 5 phases: the preparation phase, the presentation phase, the practice phase, the evaluation phase, and the expansion phase. The preparation phase focuses on students' prior knowledge and experiences. It discusses the relevance of new concepts and ideas. Relating content to previous knowledge is critical for long-term memory retention. Teachers must help develop these connections. The lesson objectives must reflect higher order thinking as a targeted outcome. The teacher helps the student evaluate their understanding on the topic. They also work together to identify areas of misunderstanding.
The presentation phase. In the presentation phase, the teacher presents the information with support from visual and hands-on material in language that is easy to understand, making it meaningful for students. To make the material more meaningful, teachers should relate new information to prior knowledge and experiences of students, demonstrate how to apply new skills, and tell how, why, and when students might apply these skills. Examples of an effective teacher using this method include real-life examples, pictures and objects, and demonstrations. The practice phase. The practice phase is student-centered. In this phase, students collaborate to practice new material using hands-on activities. Some CLD students may not have the skills to practice independently, so the teacher uses scaffolding during the process to support learning. In this phase, students make mistakes, and that's okay. Examples of an effective teacher using this method include providing more examples, clarifying misconceptions, using questions to guide students, teaching to small groups in order to individualize the lesson, and guiding students through self-assessment. The evaluation phase. Students reflect on their own learning. It is important to be assessors of their own work instead of the teacher to develop higher order thinking skills. Self-assessment is a critical metacognitive strategy that is critical to becoming a self-directed learner. Language learners have a difficult time evaluating themselves. They need to see others evaluate themselves so they can practice evaluating work together with peers and teachers. With modeling and practice, students can evaluate their understanding of objectives and the quality of their classroom products. Teachers can help students learn through group and self-assessment. Checklists can be used to determine the easy and difficult objectives. The difficult objectives are good to know so they can practice with a teacher doing a reteach over the difficult objectives. The expansion phase. Students integrate their new knowledge gained with their existing knowledge base. Students reflect on the relevance of information to what they have experienced or learned in the past. They can apply this task to their own lives. This stimulates students to take possession of new knowledge. This helps students to reflect on previous understandings so they can revise them to incorporate the new learnings. The teacher leads students to reflect how new knowledge is applied to various situations in their lives or the world. Students can choose an activity to apply the new knowledge to conceptual understandings. They can illustrate and/or write how to use the new knowledge at home.
A teacher should choose strategies that help students develop the communication and thinking skills necessary to successfully comprehend a situation and complete a task independently. Students need to concentrate intensively on understanding and applying one or two strategies in multiple ways in various situations. Learning a few strategies at a time helps students gain confidence in their abilities to learn and apply strategies. If students can apply a strategy in many different classes, they are more likely to employ the strategy and reap its benefits. Teaching students in ESL classrooms highly applicable strategies rather than context-specific strategies is more likely to affect their overall academic achievement. When teachers select a learning strategy, they should make sure that the strategy facilitates academic, cognitive, and linguistic development among language learners. These strategies can include things like graphic organizers, self-monitoring, elaboration of background knowledge, making inferences, and cooperative learning. For instruction involving a new strategy, teachers should choose material that has familiar information and language. If the material is too difficult, the students will not be able to concentrate as much on understanding and applying the strategy because they will also have to struggle with unfamiliar content and language.